Welcome to Michigan Stadium, the Big House in Ann Arbor. The SEC and the Big Ten going nose to nose. Two of the most storied programs in the history of the sport. Oklahoma paying visit to the homestanding Wolverines. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. We go down to the field now in Hollywood.
Each and every season, this is one of my favorite games because these are the blue bloods of college football. Two of the winningest programs in the history of the sport. Oklahoma got the win last year against Michigan, and now with Kyle Whittingham under the helm, let's see how Oklahoma at Michigan kicks off here today in the Big House. Back to you guys.
And the Sooners kickoff unit is ready to go, and so are we to start this season. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. In motion, trying to clear the picture. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big 10 too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I tell you from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like, you're now my enemy. You're not my friend anymore. So a chance to prove it, a chance for the Big 12, who's been kind of pillaged and pulled apart at times, sometimes by the Big 10. Let's go out and make a statement today.
Pretty good job of running to get two there to the 32.
And we kind of wondered coming into this game, did they want to run it up the middle? Do they want to run it near that big fella at defensive tackle? Because he's a grown man, makes plays all over the field. They try him early. I wonder if they'll keep trying it, because we haven't seen a lot of people week in and week out that has been able to block that big fella.
Now on the move. And that won't quite be enough for the first down as he's knocked down just short of the sticks.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, fourth down in their own end, and they're going for it. They give it to the freshman, his first carry. They get him on the ground, but not before he keeps his opening drive alive with a fourth down conversion.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on fourth down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared, and he believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
Underwood. He's got his man. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
And a running back who can take a dump-off pass like that and take it for a game, that can really be a quarterback's best friend. It's an easy way to rack up touches, but also get the ball to your playmaker in open space.
And the Wolverines look to keep this drive humming.
Here we go. Ready.
Zings it complete to the right. Oh, he's got some space. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And that's a nice job by the offense. Now, I love when offenses can go 5 wide, spread the formation, find the matchup they want. This time, it's the running back turned wide receiver. They get him the football, and he does the rest and gets upfield. But nice job spreading the formation and really making the defense make a decision.
The Wolverines will have it 1st and 10. Goes to the option. He's just outside the 20-yard line, stopped at the 21 after a pickup of 6. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. You start the season top 25, clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the
and he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Michigan! They're on the board first here in the season opener.
Well, the gamble by the head coach early in the game really pays off. Remember, they went for it on 4th down to stay on the field. They wanted to be aggressive, and now they get to pay it off, scoring a touchdown. Really nice job. It's always a massive gamble as a head coach taking those risks. But when you've got an offense like this, that really wasn't that tough of a decision.
And I think defensively, that kind of takes the wind out of your sails. Like, you get so excited. You force the 4th down, maybe a punt, maybe a field goal, whatever it is. I'm going to get off the field, and then they get it. And they finished with this drive together. You're right. Circle that 4th down. That was a big one.
This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he's stopped right there. No gain on the play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Mateer. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Under fire. And it's a sack.
And this is going to be the matchup for this defense all game long. Containing the QB speed, because he can get out and he can roll. Nice job early in this football game, judging his speed, getting out there, getting the sack, and most importantly, getting a hit on him early in this football game so he can physically feel you, and those hits can start to add up throughout a football game.
First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. They'll run the option. But nowhere to go. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there, stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
So now it's 2nd and long. run the option. Pulls it again on the option. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And when you run the option, you run the risk of putting the ball on the deck, and especially once that thing starts to string out and the defense does a really good job playing assignment football, man on a man. I got the quarterback taken care of, and you could tell, had the running back taken care of too. Nowhere to go with that pitch, and they forced the turnover.
Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Got enough for the first. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So first down here as they go back to work. To the ground, he's got it again. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Four wide out set, 2-by-2 on 2nd and 5. Off play action. Plucks it out of the air. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
The Sooners have it with a 1st and goal. Scanning the field, it's Mateer. Lets it fly. Touchdown Sooners! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Great execution on offense, and you know you're expecting man coverage in this area of the field, down close to the line of scrimmage, so the receiver has got to be able to win one-on-one, and he did just that on that TD.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And they tacked on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's
finding some room. Picks up the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback keeps it. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Second down.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13.
528, cruise. 528, cruise. Down. Ready?
Now a timeout was called. Play clock was all the way down to 2. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll send the back in motion. Using his legs to buy some time. At the 40, there he goes. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with the big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
Man, that used to just drive me nuts. I couldn't stand that. The quarterback drops back to pass, scrambles around. You got me chasing you all over the field, getting close to the sideline. Stay in bounds. Please stay in bounds. Let me get a little bit of a reward for all my running so I can just put some kind of hit on you. Nope, steps out of bounds.
Motion from the back. They'll run it. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
And the Wolverines with the 1st and 10. Play fake, Underwood. Got it. Turning it on. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved a touchdown.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Sends it back in motion. And he's in! Touchdown, Wolverines!
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. See if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll start on the ground with Xavier Robinson. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll move the tight end. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Shoots it to the left. And they're not on the same page there.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Gets the back moving. On the option. Rides the option, he keeps it. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Here comes the option. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs, won't just be the quarterback, but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read, and it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the first down.
Now on the option. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback, somebody has to have the pitch, and most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Calls his own number. He'll be brought down at the 46, and he is well short of that first down marker. Fourth down coming. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We start with a look at LSU taking on the Arkansas Razorbacks.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
The play-action fake. Caught in the backfield, it's Robinson. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Robinson. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure, it's a first down.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
Back to throw, it's Mateer. Unloads to the right. It's caught. No chance to run, but still a good gain.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
The Sooners can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
And the Sooners back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Xavier again. He's in open space downfield. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. The give on the counter. Maybe some room here. Touchdown, Oklahoma! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
And you got to love the mindset that this squad just came out with in the second half. Clearly could not run the football the way they wanted to in the first half. Second half came out with energy, with passion, got the running game going, and then no surprise, they go down the field, they double up their rushing yards, Palmer, and they punch it in the end zone.
You give the guys up front a ton of credit, too, because they were missing some assignments, getting pushed around a little bit here in the first half, which is why they weren't able to have success running the football. And they had a little bit of a come to Jesus, it seems, at halftime. They've come out now playing a little bit angry and finally able to get some movement up front. That made all the difference here on this drive with their ability to run it.
Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. Now they'll try to answer that score with one of their own and regain the lead here in the third. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
Playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Still on his feet at the 40. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. They say success rate can be picking up about 4 or so on first down, 1st and 10. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking for a gap, it's Marshall.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
The Wolverines come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. He might want another play. Creates a little room. Inside the 30. Got a little grass. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10.
chill. 214 close. 214 close. Hot.
Throwing, Underwood. Quickly complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Defense has their hands full with this one. I know he's not the biggest guy playing the running back position right now, but they know he's going to be catching it too, and they're going to have to bring this guy down in space. In the passing game, they better make sure they get a lot of hats to the football. They've got their hands full.
Ready, go.
The option look. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
You can skin the cat a lot of different ways. You're just trying to get enough yards to pick up that first down. It's not the dive man. It's not the quarterback. He makes the right read, pitches it out, and he's just able to get enough to keep these sticks moving.
The Wolverines will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
2 runs, and this defense has been physical, giving up absolutely nothing. Palmer, what's your passing play I think you go to here?
No, I like moving the pocket at this point, Pollock, and also maybe thinking about the tight end on a crossing route. You can kind of get through the traffic, come out the other side.
What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. Here's Underwood to throw. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Oklahoma sends the offense out, ready to go on the attack. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game. Really, the MO of this offense is their ability to run the football. And they've been trying to get this guy going. They've given it to him time and time again. Just really hasn't been a lot of space and a lot of place for him to go. You got to give the defense credit, especially their front 7. They are winning in the trenches so far this game.
More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge 3rd down here in the big house. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
First down here as we dive into the college football season. A week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. There's some room. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
I love the play call running the football here in the fourth quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
Keeps looking downfield. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! They move on top here in the fourth.
How nice is it to know, man, late in the ball game when I need it, I can keep the football on the ground, not get super complicated, pound the rock, get in the end zone, and take the lead.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. So here comes the Michigan offense. So they just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. Underwood. The sure hands. It's Marshall. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
On the option. Maybe a crease. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
Making side adjustments here. On the option. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you, the option, they're trying to make you wrong. The problem is, defensively, you got so much to cover. Nice chunk gain. Just remember, that quarterback can also stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, and make plays too.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
And the Wolverines will line it up on 1st and 10. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, the offense is running towards the open grass, right? They're going toss play to the field, but way too much penetration defensively, forcing that tackle for loss.
They'll send the back in motion. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
Here comes the Oklahoma offense. So the defense sets them up with that interception. Now a couple of first downs, maybe even punching a score, and they'll go home with breaks into the open. And he takes it all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. That last play changed everything on this possession. They've got it 1st and 10 inside the 30. They'll give it on the counter. Blast is way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24. So they'll use a timeout here. 1 more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Here's Robinson one more time. Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4. Defense calls a timeout. 2:07 remaining on the clock. Interesting strategy here to try to maximize their use of the 2-minute timeout. Enormous play coming right here. 3rd down, and this crowd is bringing down the house. Got his man. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
On 1st down from the 13-yard line. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
At this point on offense, late in the game with the lead, if you can run the ball, get a couple 1st downs, I mean, you can just bleed all these seconds off the clock and ice this thing.
Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
Yeah, I think my thought process needs to be points are good. Because if I get a field goal here, that's fine. I take the lead by more than a field goal. They got to go the length of the field. But I also want to run this clock, let it continue to work. But the goal is to get a touchdown. So let's see what this offense dials up next.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
The 2 things you're thinking about here offensively is, 1, you want to take as much time off the clock. But 2, you really want to score another touchdown to make this a 2-possession game. You could almost ice it if you can find a way to get in the end zone here. Just take your time. Don't snap it too quickly.
Quarterback keeper. He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up 4th down as this defense makes a play.
And, man, that is a great tackle, man. Your safeties have to be great tacklers, especially nowadays with all these quarterbacks that want to run. These good athletes like this guy right here, nice job being in space, getting him to the ground. That is a tough ask, but, man, did he do it right there.
How much fun was that one? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those 2 teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these 2 squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit.